They say some antiques carry history, but this one carries something far worse. An ordinary looking jewelry box, no bigger than your hands, that does not just hold trinkets, it holds souls. Once you open it, the faces inside will see you. They will beg you, and before you know it, you will be one of them. What's inside this box is older than time, hungrier than death, and it might already be waiting for you. Under the dim light of a flickering bulb, an old jewelry box sat on a dusty shelf in the corner of a forgotten antique store. Its surface was carved with strange patterns, symbols that seemed to twist and shift when you looked at them too long. The wood was dark, almost black, and though it looked ancient, it was flawless, as if time itself had ignored it. No one knew where it came from, only that it had been delivered in the dead of night by a man who refused to step inside. The store's owner, Mr. Collins, never wanted to sell it. He said it gave him a heaviness in his chest, as if the air around it was thicker. But one rainy evening, a young woman named Eliza wandered in, her eyes locked on the box, and she could not look away against his better judgment. Collins sold it to her, relieved to see it gone. When Eliza brought it home, the box felt unnaturally cold in her hands. That night she dreamed of voices, dozens, murmuring and crying in language she did not understand. She woke to find the box on her bedside table, though she had left it on the dresser. The next day she opened it. Inside there was no jewelry, no lining, just darkness. Not shadow, but something deeper. Faces appeared, pale and distorted, pressing against an invisible barrier. She slammed it shut, trembling. From then on, strange things happened. Objects moved, shadows lingered, the voices returned every night, louder, begging her to open the box again. One night she gave in. This time the faces were clearer. A woman with hollow eyes mouthed silent words. A child reached out, fingers brushing against the edge. Then a hand of smoke and shadow burst out, seizing her twist. Her body froze, the pull was unstoppable. Her vision dimmed and she was gone. The next morning the box sat closed. Eliza had vanished. Weeks later, her neighbor Daniel entered her apartment. The only thing he found was the jewelry box. When he opened it, he saw her face inside, screaming soundlessly, her hands pressed to the barrier. She begged him to close it. He slammed it shut, but the carrying following him home. He tried to hide it, bury it, even throw it into a river, but it always returned, sitting on his bedside table. The carvings seemed sharper now, pulsing like a heartbeat. The voices promised his freedom, pleaded for release, threatened him. Every night the urge to open it grew stronger. Daniel does not know that the box never lets go, it only collects. And somewhere inside that suffocating darkness, the trapped souls wait for the next one. Maybe tonight it will be you.